Hi, welcome to Bar Cart Bookshelf, a video series about books and the drinks they inspire. My name is Elias, and today we're talking about The Sky on Fire by Jenn Lyons. Now, regular viewers of Bar Cart Bookshelf will know that we have covered all of Lyons' previous books, the entire Chorus of Dragons series. In fact, books 3 and 4, The Memory of Souls and The House of Always, were among the very first episodes that we ever produced here for Bar Cart Bookshelf. And so here, as the very first episode of our 4th year, so exciting, I'm really excited to be talking about this new standalone fantasy novel from Jenn Lyons. We had a great time over this last weekend celebrating the 3rd anniversary with friends of the show Lee Mandello and Elizabeth Kilcoyne. If you want to check out the live from over the weekend, I encourage you to do so, talking all about books, about drinks, about being from Kentucky, all that sort of good stuff, and we had a real great time. And I'm so excited now to be here in year 4, wow, hard to believe, and to talk about a new Jenn Lyons book, because The Sky on Fire is so much fun. It's in a different setting than the Chorus of Dragons series, but worry not, there are plenty of dragons. This is a fantasy heist novel about a world of dragon riders and the magicians who are bonded to dragons and the dragons who rule the world. And of course, when you have dragons with hoards, people are going to want to steal those hoards because diamonds are forever. It's a very fun book. It takes the same sorts of high-octane pacing as the Chorus of Dragons series, the same commitment to bisexual polytriads as like an end game bit of the story. We commit. A triangle only works when we're all in this together. That's a Jenn Lyons promise. And it's just a grand old time. I grew up loving dragons that breathe fire and lightning and frost and like poison and have like cool different colors. And all of the dragons, they're like big and most of them are mean. And it's a great old time. It's like, this is summer reading. This is a fantasy adventure. We're gonna steal some stuff. We're going to think about what it is to be a person in their 30s who is like still the protagonist instead of the like fresh-faced ingenue, and just absolutely a real delight. If you've enjoyed Jenn Lyons' previous work, then I think you're really going to get a kick out of this. If you have not, it's a great entry point and an opportunity to then explore Chorus of Dragons as well. It's fun and fresh and also familiar in the best way possible. I just had a great time with it. And so, of course, we had to have a drink. Our drink today is inspired not by the Skylands, which the dragons rule, but the deep, the sort of jungle swamp basin that this crest of mountain range sort of surrounds. We see the really fun play with what a mountain range and a rain shadow can do for the ecology. And so I wanted something rich and green, but also in keeping with the mountains that range above with the dragon rulers. So we are going to start. We're going to build this all in our highball glass. So we're going to start with some ice. Let's get that down in there. And then we'll add our ingredients. And because we're adding our ice first, we're going to want to work quickly because, as you know, ice is what cooks the cocktail. It's immediately starting to dilute and blend all of our ingredients. And we're going to start with 1 ounce of hurricane-proof rum. We have these flying airships, and they can execute a maneuver called the hurricane slingshot. So we had to go for that high-proof, extra-strength, hurricane-proof rum. Really going to pack a punch. And you really only need 1 ounce of it because, as I said, it does pack a punch. We're getting green, we're getting fresh down here as we descend into the deep, and we are getting our green chartreuse, this nice herbal, little bit mentholated, and a little bit sweet, a little bit bitter herbal sweet in there. I'm seemingly incapable of making a drink for a Jenn Lyons book without having that blend of something herbal and something fruity. And we're going to get 3/4 of an ounce of the green chartreuse down in there. Lovely. Just get that cap on. That is the thing with these sweet liqueurs. The sugar in them will get those caps to stick very quickly, especially in the summertime when we're getting all of this extra warm summer air. And we'll get 1/2 ounce of Midori, this melon liqueur, very fresh, fruity, green, refreshing, perfect for summer. Wonderful. And then, because we have these fire-breathing dragons, and the king of the dragons, the sleeping king, who sleeps in the basin of a volcano, is like very cool, exceedingly cool, is a fire dragon, and we like a little heat, a little summer heat. We're going to get a bar spoon of hot chili tincture or a couple of dashes of some hot chili or spicy bitters in there. Some very hot chilies that have been allowed to soak in vodka for a couple of weeks. That's how we make that. Give this a stir so that all of our ingredients can blend. And you see why, when all of our ingredients are alcoholic, with the liqueurs and the rum, we really don't need too much of that hurricane-proof rum. Lovely. And we've got plenty of space here, because dragons fly, so should our drink. We're going to make this a nice, refreshing, effervescent highball with a topping of seltzer. Just some plain soda water in there to really bring an extra bit of bubbles. And there you have it, this lovely, pale, green, refreshing highball for descending from the skylands into the deep. The sky on fire. Oh, excuse me. That hot chili tincture, it packs a punch if you breathe it in a strange way, which is appropriate for the breath weapon of these dragons. The Sky on Fire is available now. So grateful to the publishers, Tor Books, for sending me an advance copy so that I could talk about it on release day. I'm eagerly awaiting the arrival of my hardcover. I've got a link to snag the book in the description down below, as well as links to various forms of social media, including Twitter, Instagram, and Blue Sky, where there is always a written version of today's recipe. We've got a link to pre-order Cocktails and Consoles, my debut cocktail book that will be out this September, 75 drinks, both cocktails and mocktails, inspired by the wonderful world of video games. Please hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already so that you never miss an episode. Comment down below if you have read The Sky on Fire yet, if you're waiting for your copy. If you've read A Chorus of Dragons, I always love to talk about those books, one of my absolute favorite series. And so, until next time, cheers!